Today, we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to switch gears and I'm going to give you my top 10 recommendations for what tools you should have in your home garage if you work on vehicles. I'm Andy and this is The Rusted Nut. Let's get into it. So if you're a hobbyist or a DIY mechanic at home, you might be asking yourself, what tools do I really need to have? Well, today I'm going to show you the top 10 tools that I use in my garage to work on everything from a Focus all the way up to a Range Rover. And also in the description of this video, I'm going to drop you a link for everything I show you today, as well as the current price. First thing I'm going to show you is my 1/2-inch electric impact. This is an Earthquake XT model, comes from Harbor Freight. I've had this for probably 3 to 4 years and it's never skipped a beat. And it has proven to be every bit as strong and have as much torque as my pneumatic Ingersoll Rand that I have. This is a 20-volt lithium tool and it has a 4 amp-hour battery which lasts me for weeks. And plenty of torque. I use this to take off wheels, pull apart suspensions, you name it. Everywhere you've got a large C's bolt, this is my go-to tool. The second tool, much like the first, is also an electric impact, but this is 3/8 drive. I use this everywhere on every aspect of every vehicle. From the engine bay to the trunk, I use this to take out most of your smaller hardware. Anywhere I can pretty much fit this. Now this is a Hercules model from Harbor Freight as well, and I run a 2.5 amp-hour battery, which also lasts me weeks, but I do have a spare battery for this one. And it also has pretty good torque to it, as well as an LED on the front to give you some light while you're working. The next tool I want to show you is my 3/8 electric impact. This is also a Hercules model from Harbor Freight, and this has a 2 amp-hour battery, which will last me probably about 4 or 5 jobs working on vehicles. Now I have a Mac Tools pneumatic air ratchet that I don't even use anymore because I have this. And I use this everywhere, all over the vehicle as well, for that smaller hardware. It also has an LED on the front to shine where you're working. Now I know there's a lot of stigma behind using Harbor Freight tools, but I can tell you from my own experience, and I do some heavy work in here, I can count on one hand how many Harbor Freight tools I've broken over the years. But I can also tell you I've broken Mac and Snap-on tools all the same. The next thing I want to show you is my 3/8 digital torque wrench. This is made by Quinn and is also a Harbor Freight tool. And this will do Newton meters, inch pounds, foot pounds, and angle torque. And it goes from 5 to 99 foot-pounds. I've had this for probably 4 or 5 years and I've never had a problem with it except changing batteries. You know, I'm getting just a little bit tired of winter. And another thing I'm also getting tired of is my heated seat not working in my truck. And it has it just doesn't work. Well, thankfully, Cover Auto sent me this heated car seat cover. Now, I know I need to replace the heating element in the Super Duty seat, but for now, this'll do. This plugs right into your cigarette lighter, and you just turn it on right here with this power button. This has 3 different settings from warm me up a little bit to burn my rear end off. And it's so easy to install with these straps that just clamp it to your seat. Let's go put this in the truck and see if I can be a little bit warmer this winter since I don't live in Florida. All right, we'll unwrap my cord here, properly dispose of this twisty tie. Ooh, attach this around the headrest, bingo. It has another strap here on the backside that you can fish between your upper seat and lower seat and strap underneath. And then it also has straps here to clip to the underside of your upholstery. Ooh, very nice. Let's plug it into our power point here. Let's put it on the ultra hot red setting and see how that does for us. Ooh, she's getting nice and toasty. Okay, this is really nice. So nice I might not even change that heating element because this does a better job anyway. Yep, I like it. I like it a lot. Very toasty. So hey, if you want one of these, and I highly recommend you get one, go to the link in the description and get one of these headed your way today. And I want to give a big shout out to Cover Auto for sponsoring this video and content creators like myself. In the meantime, keep your tushy warm. The next one is my big boy. This is a 1/2-inch digital torque wrench. This is an Icon model from Harbor Freight, and Icon tools are some of the best that Harbor Freight has to offer. I have done some seriously massive torque with this 1/2-inch torque wrench. This one does angles as well and has a pivoting ratchet head. I've used this for putting cylinder heads back on, suspension work, axle nuts, wheel lugs, etc. Next is my scan tool. This is my Mooker 892 BT, and this is an absolute must-have in your shop. Now, if you watch the videos on my channel, specifically the Audi A5, you know that I just got this scan tool from my friends at Mooker. This is a bidirectional scan tool with reset functions, adaptations, and lifetime free updates. And it's Bluetooth. This thing does so many diagnostics and resets, and it has the ability, if you buy the attachments, to become an oscilloscope, a Boroscope camera, a battery tester, a key programmer, among other things. And while we're on the subject of scan tools, this is the ThinkScan 662 from my friends at ThinkCar. This is a nice, inexpensive, entry-level scan tool. This one also is bi-directional, comes with reset functions, adaptations, and lifetime free updates. If you want to buy this, I have a discount code also in the description that will get you this for $175. Perfect for that guy or gal in your life that works on vehicles at home. Next is my coolant system vacuum filler. This thing has been an absolute godsend in the garage for filling cooling systems and making sure all the air is out of the system. This one is pneumatic and requires an air compressor because it vacuums the entire cooling system so that when you go to fill up the cooling system, it'll draw the coolant in with the vacuum. Now, because this pulls a vacuum, it'll also tell you if you have any leaks. Basically, you'll pull a vacuum, let it sit, and see if your gauge moves down at all. If it does, you know you've got a leak before you even put coolant in the system. An absolutely amazing tool. Next is my Boroscope camera. I got this off of Amazon, and this has 3 different cameras on it. It has one at the very end with the LEDs, and it has one on each side, so if you stick this in a spark plug hole, you can actually check your cylinder walls and even see if your valves are open or closed at the same time. This will do both still images and video with an onboard SD card that you can pull out and hook to your computer so you can see the images you've taken. Now, as you can tell by the one I have, there's about 750 yards of camera here to use. Not exactly sure why I felt I needed this, but you can buy this with shorter lengths. Next is my fluid filler. And this is a must-have, especially for transmissions, differentials, transfer cases, etc., etc. It comes with many adapters, including the ones you need to fill an Audi transmission or a Range Rover transmission. I believe this holds 3 quarts of fluid, and you pump it by hand to create pressure, and then you open the valve to start filling. Nice thing about this is you can close this valve anytime you want if you start overfilling, and helps to prevent a big mess and waste of fluid. I got this pretty cheap on Amazon, and the link is below. The last thing I want to show you is my plastic welder. I also got this on Amazon, and this thing has been amazing. It basically heats up a staple to join 2 broken pieces of plastic together again. And it comes with different staples for different applications. It's got staples for outside corners, inside corners, and 2 different kinds for straight splits. It also comes with a hot knife attachment and plastic welding strips where you're working with thin plastic and a staple wasn't needed, or you want to have a nice surface that you can cosmetically finish. The link to this is also below. So there you have it. There's the top 10 things I deem necessities in any shop. And if you don't like the brands I'm using here, you can search all over Google and find all sorts of different manufacturers. But anyway, I hope this gives you a good idea for the tools that you should have in your garage. Now, I hope you enjoyed this little change of pace and my recommendations for you. And if you found my recommendations helpful, I ask that you please hit that like button down below, subscribe to my channel, sign up for notifications. But for now, I have to get back to work because you know we have an Audi A5 to fix, we have a Range Rover that always needs something, and anything else that I get my hands into. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time.